This is the BBC Bridge Companion. It's a cartridge game system, but it only plays the card game of bridge. And it's brought out by BBC in association with another company. On the back it's got the serial number and details about it was brought out by Unicard Limited. At the back there's the cartridge slot, aerial for a UHF lead to go to television, and the input for the power supply. It's very basic. There's no controllers. You just control it with the keys that are provided on the keyboard. So with it comes a power supply. So it's the original power supply because it's got made by the same Unicard Limited. It's just a standard. Well, it's a transformer because it feels quite heavy. It's not like a modern switch mode power supply. A UK plug on it. And also the aerial lead, which just goes to a UHF television connection. So I believe it comes with this cartridge, which is Bridge Builder, and I think that's that just plugs into the back, and that's the one that came with the actual system itself. The manuals that come with the system itself, the operating manual, which is only a couple of pages in size, and it just gives the very basics of how to operate the system. And also Bridge Builder Handbook, which comes obviously with the cartridge for Bridge Builder, and it just, I guess, goes through the details of the game and how to play it with that cartridge. I think the system is just designed to teach people how to play bridge. It's not really a game system in as such. I haven't turned it on yet, so it'd be interesting to see what it looks like when I turn it on and if it works at all. So there are a few other cartridges which came with this. I haven't got all of the cartridges, but they came in these kind of books. And the first one is Card Play 1. And if you open it up, you've got the cartridge on one side and then the handbook on the other side, which is connected into the actual kind of case itself. Then the next one I've got is Card Play 2, so the next one in the series, I guess. Cartridge again, where you can just pull it out, and the handbook. Now they've not been used much, I guess, because the handbooks are very in good condition, not at all yellowed at all. The final cartridge I've got is this one, which is Master Play 1. Now I think that the order I've showed them is the order probably in which they sort of go up in skill level, and then I think there's a few other ones that came after it, but these are the only ones I've got. And again, I've got the manual on that side. So after taking the screws out the back, the top just lifts off, and the front bit lifts off as well. It just is held on by 2 screws. And it's very simple inside. There's not much to it. There's a couple of kilobytes of memory for the CPU here, and then the EEPROMs for the CPU, and the Z80 CPU, and then there's a Z80 PIO. It uses one of the support chips for Z80 for the input and output. Then there's a Texas Instruments display driver, which has its own memory, so that's separate from the CPU memory. It's over here. So the CPU talks to the display controller, which then puts items into the display memory, but the CPU doesn't have a direct access to this. And the display driver has a couple of crystals as well, and so I guess the display driver feeds a clock signal into the CPU, probably shares the crystals. Just a voltage regulator here, the programmable logic array here, which I don't know what it does, and then there's just a UHF modulator to send a signal out to the display, and just the standard kind of matrix for a keyboard. Okay, so I've got the first of the cartridges plugged in, the Bridge Builder cartridge, and I'll plug in the power supply. And the system works, which is great news. A little LED here to show the power's on. I'm just taking the video directly off my TV screen because it's a UHF thing, so I can't really capture the video digitally. But the menu comes up, and so there's it's basically all the buttons here which control it. So there's an up and down arrow for menu selection. And then these are two select buttons, which say play on them, but they also do yes and no. So if I click on that, that's the same as doing select. So you can go for the menus, and it shows the hands of a bridge game. And if you press the club, it selects a club. If you press the diamond, it will select the diamond. But in this position, I can't select the diamond, so I have to select something. If I select something which I think is going to be an invalid selection, or something it doesn't think is good selection, it will say suggesting this card. So it's basically a console to teach bridge rather than sort of play bridge, I believe, although I don't really know bridge, so I couldn't sort of tell you. So which one did it say? Oh yeah, 2. So you select that and it plays through the hand of bridge. And again, I can't select a different suit, I have to select the suit which it says. And I guess because the king is likely to win this hand, it's probably going to suggest that one, so I'll select that. And now it's my move apparently, so I don't know exactly, I guess I have to do a bet or something, I don't know. And then I can select, now because it's my move, I can select either spades, hearts with the heart button, diamonds, or clubs. So if I try and play that one, and it says select that card, so I do it. It basically plays through like that. So if I hit the back button, it will take me back to the start of the game, or it will take me back further than that to the previous menu, or back again to the start menu. But if I press the start button, that seems to be a software reset, so it kind of resets the whole machine and goes back to the very beginning. And just to demonstrate some of these buttons up here, like the betting buttons, I'll go down to the bidding practice. And so you press these to select set bids. So all the buttons work, so I can do a pass as well. So I've been through all the buttons on the system, so all the buttons work fine. I guess it probably didn't get much use actually when it was in use. And because it's serial number 800, there probably weren't that many made. I mean, I don't know how early in the production this was. They're made in 1985. But that's kind of a demonstration of the first cartridge, which I believe came with the actual system itself. So this is the next cartridge, Club Play 1. I haven't actually powered these ones up previously, so I don't really know what difference it makes. I'm just really going through them to show that they work and see just what they look like. I'm not going to be able to sort of do much with them. Okay, so I didn't plug the cartridge in properly, so that's interesting. That one doesn't seem to work. Oh, there it is. Just didn't initialize properly. So again, yeah, I don't really know what this is. Maybe this is actually playing a game, and maybe it's playing against a computer or something. Yeah, so these must be actual gameplay. Oh, I've got to do a heart, right. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how to play this game, so pass. Anyway, so that's a demonstration of the first cartridge, which was I think it's Club Play 1. Okay, so this is Club Play 2. So it's basically the same. I'm guessing that as you progress on these cartridges, the computer just gets better and better at playing the game. But I don't know exactly, again, how it's played. So just demonstrated that. It's Club Play 2 and that seems to work. And it seems to do the same kind of thing as Club Play 1, probably just a better level. And so this is the final cartridge I've got, which is Master Play 1. So presumably getting into pretty skillful abilities on this particular one. And yeah, same again, master play 1. That's great. I can't even guess how to play it. It's to do with betting, but I don't. Oh yeah, I made a move. Great. Anyway, that's the last of the cartridges, and they all seem to work okay.